and welcome to Witchy Woman Podcast. I am your host, DaNae Sweet, and this is episode 127. Let's start off this with some smoke clearing, and let's do a card pull. All right. Got some rosemary going because I'm a basic bitch. I really love this herb. Anyway, I'm burning that today, and let's see, hang on. And a little mugwort that I found. Let's do that too. That I grow. Hang on. There we go. I really wanted to use some mugwort so that I can really speak my intuition clearly, and I just feel like I need a little help connecting with my intuition and my voice today. Alright, so let's get out some cards. I'm pulling again from the Spellcasting Oracle deck. Let's do some shuffling. If I can get my hands around them. Oh my gosh. My dog just took off after the cat. Sorry. Okay. Let's do a card. Wanting to just ask what's going to be the thing we need to know about this week? 1 cut. 2 cut. 3. All right. I am getting the Justice card. And I'm going to give you 2 takes on this one. Okay. So the Justice card comes out. This is saying balance yourself. Make sure you're grounded but connected, as above, so below. You know the deal. So make sure that you're striving for some kind of balance this week. I know the energy has been just up and down and wonky. It's really hot here where we are, so that makes it really hard for me to want to do anything spiritual. I just want to stay in the air conditioning. But anyway, also I feel like this Justice card, because she's blonde and she's like, yes, bitch. I'm wondering if this has something to do with Brittany and her getting a little more justice from all the bullshit she's been through. Anyway, I don't like to do predictions, but I thought of Brittany as soon as I saw the Justice card, so I thought I'd throw it out there. Okay, so this episode is going to be a little weird. I know it's a day late, and I totally vague posted, and I'm so sorry. When I was like, hey, the episode's going to be tomorrow. Shit's been crazy. Anyway, so I don't know about any of you, but I feel like this last 2 months have been very transformative. Not all of it is comfortable. I know it's better, that things change because we need to, right? But I've been struggling a little bit with just the grace of accepting change in my life, and personally, the personal things that are changing in my life. And I kind of wanted to share that with you, and how I'm dealing with it and what kind of witchy shit I do to help myself, right? But the first thing that happened, so we had planned a family trip, all 3 of us, with a bunch of horse peeps. We were gonna go riding at this place where you can rent a cabin, you can ride all over the place. Anyway, I had thought I thought the trip was Thursday through Sunday or Friday through Sunday. So I had blocked everything out. I thought I was going to have good Wi-Fi, so I was like, okay, I can totally still do my readings there. Wi-Fi, they said that's good service, whatever. And then I realized that I told my daughter the right dates. I wrote the right dates down in my calendar, but in my mind, it was Friday through Sunday, when in actuality, it was Sunday through Tuesday. So I had to change everything around. I'm just a mess because I had to reschedule the dogs to be at the babysitter and that kind of stuff. So while this was all happening and I was restructuring or reshaping what my next week and what the weekend was going to look like. What was it? Was it Saturday morning? We woke up and Brad took the dogs out to go to the bathroom. And I was still kind of just laying in bed trying to decide if I wanted to get up or not. And he comes rushing in. He said, I think my dog is dying. So I'm like half asleep and I pop out of bed and I'm like, okay, let's rush him to the vet. We get our stuff all together and we get out the door, and he was just not really, he didn't want to stand up, so we had to carry him into the pickup. But once we got in the pickup, he was like, oh, and he jumped up on the seat and he looked normal. So, you know, we still were rushing him. So, and the good vet is 60 miles away. I hate that it's this far away. We have a vet in town. Let's just say they are not as thorough as they should be. Anywho, so we hauled ass and we got about a fourth of the way, and I was monitoring him, and I started seeing some of our pets that have passed start showing up in the car, and then I call them my death helpers. Anyway, these things came, and I was like, Brad, you need to pull over. I think he's going to pass away. So because he was like just not acting right. He was starting to brace like he was having a seizure. And, you know, Freddie passed away a few months ago, and he showed up, and it was just Brad's dog Stan that had passed away a couple years ago showed up. And so we pulled over, and this is awful. I hate even. Anyway, we pulled over, and Brad got in the back seat and was talking to him and, you know, making sure he knew he was there. He had his hand, you know, on his paw, and kind of, we didn't know what was hurting, so we just kind of were like, we didn't want to rustle him, but he was petting him and talking to him and letting him know he's there. And it was so fucking sad. Dooley is his name, Brad's dog, and he's like a cow dog mutt mix, right? Anyway, he had no pupillary response, and so I knew he couldn't see anymore, really. And my dog that had passed, Freddie, a little Chihuahua that passed a while ago this year, he really started interacting. His spirit self was interacting with Dooley, and we saw Dooley's tail starting to wag, and we're like, what the hell? His tail's wagging. But that moment I had seen, like, they were interacting with each other. Like, I could see them interacting, and then Dooley, his body was no longer holding his spirit anymore, his soul, and he passed, and it was fucking awful. So we continued to the vet because they also offer crematory services for pets. So we brought him there. Turns out he had an aneurysm. It was a freak thing, and it sucked. So this happened on Saturday, and we were supposed to leave for our trip on Sunday, and at that point nobody wanted to do anything because we were just crying and sad, and it was just such a fucking shock because it just was. He was like 1.5 years old. He was a cattle dog, you know, mix that Brad had picked out as like a freaking 2-week-old puppy. He was like, that one's mine, and he's had him about 1.5 years. So it was really shitty. It still is shitty. It's weird not having that. He's like the happiest dog. He was the happiest dog ever. Tail was wagging, and seriously so loyal to Brad that it was ridiculous. Like, if Brad went outside to work in the yard and it was too hot for the dogs to be out, we'd leave him in the house. Well, we would hear Dooley start howling, and then shortly after you'd hear a tiny, tiny howl, and that's Pablo. And they would howl together to get us to come in. And our pit bull, Damon, would just, like, go lay on the couch like, you guys are stupid. So it's going to be a shitty time period where we get used to him not, wagging his tail and being all happy and being here. So anyway, we didn't know if we were going to go on our trip. I didn't really want to. I wanted Brad to be able to like decompress, and he decided that he wanted to go. He wanted us to go because we needed some family time together, and he thought it would be a really nice distraction just to get out of the house and not have to be in the house with the wound so raw and not seeing Dooley. So we went to our trip. It was hotter than hell. Like, Satan's taint has to be cooler than where we were at. But we met up with friends. We got in the cabin, and it was actually, we needed the time as a family and just to get away. There's been a lot. This summer has been very busy for all three of us. There's a lot of changes that are happening, and I guess we didn't realize how badly we needed to get the hell out of here. So we went on the trip, and then, of course, I went to do my readings that were scheduled, and my internet was not strong enough. I couldn't hardly, I would post something on Facebook, and it would take like 20 minutes for it to post. It was awful. But I realized something while I was up there and had really shitty Wi-Fi, really shitty service. I just put my phone down, and I was unplugged from all of the messages I get, and not that I don't like them, because I love the messages from you guys, but it was a break because I have things in the background. I have advertising going on. I have things in the works. I have a lot of parts moving, and it was beyond amazing to slow down and just not have to deal with those moving parts for a little bit. So I was very, very grateful to get some time with my horse and my daughter and my husband and my friends. It was nice just to focus on horses and family, things that I am very passionate about, but often get pushed to the side because, life. So I wanted to, I guess, share with you that, and then what we're doing for Dooley. So he's being cremated. It's done. We have to go pick him up. We're going to have a little, service for him out of that book that I had done, Whispers in the Wind. We're going to do one of those ceremonies that's listed in there. I thought that'd be really nice for some closure for Brad. We can get, all of our crying out, and I'm sure it won't be all of that out. But anyway, we can have something honoring him in his short life, because in the year and a half he was alive, he brought Brad so much comfort and companionship and a sense of, somebody needs me. I know often I'm way too independent, and I'm not very good at allowing people to help me. And I know that sometimes that probably upsets Brad, because everybody needs to feel needed, right? And that dog, Dooley, made him feel absolutely needed and valued and loved. I mean, just like a dog. Only a dog, I swear, only a dog can give you that special connection. So I am very thankful for Dooley and what he brought to our family and to Brad. And so all this stuff is going on. The trip, I had to move things around, and then the main thing was that Dooley had passed, and then we get there and everything's fine, and I start to be I did things that were good. I haven't swam in 5 or 6 years because I'm so embarrassed to show my body, and it's not because I don't want other people to see, the female body, the rolls that I have, the stretch marks from having kids, having Maddie, age spots, cellulite. Honestly, I don't care if other people see it. I don't want to see it. And that's something I realized during this trip, because there was a pool and everyone's going to go swimming, and I really wanted to go. I am a water person. My chart is basically water and air. I wanted to get in the water. I'm a good swimmer. I used to be a lifeguard. I'm a fish, and I love it. So I was like, fine, I don't want to hold my family back either. So I went to the dollar store. I got this like big cover up thing and some shorts and like a sports bra to swim in so that I didn't have to like bare my skin. So we get there and I'm honestly okay with it. I am wearing like shorts. People are seeing my little stubby legs. I'm very short and squatty. It's just how my family is. We're built like gnomes, I guess. But anyway, I get out there and I'm fine. I'm completely fine. I am swimming and having so much fun. I'm going off the diving board and doing cannonballs with my friend's daughter, and everything's fine. I even at one point I couldn't swim very well with my cover up on in the water, so I took it off, and I wasn't embarrassed at all until I saw my own body when I went to wash off in the shower room when we left. And I'm like, I am so unhealthy. That's the thing. I look at myself and I try to be a role model for my daughter and tell her to do the healthy things. And I tell you guys, do the healthy things. And I look at myself and how far I have let my health just go to shit like the last 3 or 4 years. I looked at the video. There's a video in our coven on Facebook, and I have a welcome message, and I looked at that me, and she's probably 30 or 40 pounds thinner and looks so happy and healthy. I remember the time I was eating well, I was exercising, I was doing the things to nurture my meat suit, and I'm not doing that anymore. And I looked at myself and I just started crying. My daughter took some pictures of me and Brad, and I refused to put them on the internet because I don't want to have to look at them when people comment or like do a reaction thing, because it'll put a notification and I'll have to look back on that. My face in this one particular picture, it doesn't even look like me. It looks like another person, and I'm like, I'm embarrassed that I let my health go this far. I could give a shit what I weigh. If I put on pounds, that doesn't bother me, but the unhealthy look I have right now, without makeup and everything, I'm swollen every day. My feet, my hands, my face. I'm retaining water because I'm not drinking very much water. I'm drinking shitloads of coffee and Dr. Pepper. Not shitloads of Dr. Pepper, but I regularly drink pop, and I shouldn't. I know that. I know how my body reacts to it, but I do it anyway. I'm not eating all the vegetables I need to. I'm supposed to be staying away from meat, and for the most part, I was doing good, but then when we go places, it's hard to find alternative choices. So I end up just saying, screw it, I'll get a hamburger. And then I feel awful afterwards because, one, my stomach hates hamburger meat, hates beef in general. So I'm miserable. And then I start thinking about them, like, I honestly don't want to eat meat anymore. And then that makes me upset. So there's a lot of things that I should be doing to honor this body, this vessel that has gotten me this far. It's gotten me to 42 years old. And it lets me do the things that I love to do. And I'm more sore after doing those things. So if I go on a walk sporadically, I am so sore the next day that my joints just feel like they're on fire. Like going riding is so much fun, but I am sore as shit because I'm not used to all this physical activity. And then in the pool, we did laps and I played and I just had so much fun. I got out of the pool and my knees were actually like jello, and I had a hard time like actually walking because I had moved so much in the water that walking was hard. And it just was a come to Jesus moment for me when we got home and Maddie sent me the pictures she took of Brad and I was just like, holy fuck, I gotta do something about my health. So I'm in a slump. I'm fine, but I'm just disappointed in myself for allowing all my hard work to go to crap because I did work very hard to get at the fitness level I had been in, and now I'm nowhere close to that. And I got to start over. So I just wanted to share some things that I am going to do in my witchy practice, my spiritual practice, to support my mundane life, okay? So, one, I need to be able to take all my supplements and vitamins on time. So, I've got a backup system. I'm going to see if Maddie will help me and I will help her. I know I have an alarm that goes off at 9 o'clock and says, take your meds, bitch. But sometimes I ignore it because I do. So I'm going to ask Maddie to please give me a text at 9:05 to see if I have taken my meds, and then make me take them by saying, hey, you have to take a picture of you taking your meds. Because I'm that big of a procrastinator. I won't do things, and I hate that part about myself, and I'm trying to fix it. So I'm going to have her do that, and then I can help her with her meds as well, because she has meds and supplements that she takes. So I thought maybe we could be pill buddies, and that sounds terrible. Oh my God, that sounds so terrible. Not pill buddies. We are supplement buddies. Let's just call it that. So I thought that would be one thing that I'm going to do. But here's the witchy thing I'm going to do. So I have one of those pill organizers where you can put all of your pills for the day from Monday through Sunday or whatever you want to do. So I'm going to take that, and when I refill it every time, I'm going to go to my healing altar, and I'm going to put the pill organizer on top of it and just bless it. I think that'd be really fun. I have some anointing oil, and I'm going to focus on the reasons I have to take these. It's for my physical health. I need to be nurturing my physical body as much as my energetic and my mental body and my spiritual body. So I'm going to bless my pills every time I refill them. It's going to be really simple. You don't have to say anything crazy long. I'll probably make up some little short incantation of blessing. If you work with a deity, you can ask them. You can ask them to please bless those the medicine or supplements to fuel your body and to nurture it. As far as food goes, I'm going to start planning my meals out so that I don't have to think about what to eat or what to cook, because honestly, I fucking hate cooking. So I'm going to plan out my meals. And then I just get the shit out and I make it. There's no decision to be made, because I feel with the way my brain works, it hates decisions and I have problems making them. So I will just take that out. So it's going to take forever for me to make the actual menu and make those decisions, but executing won't be a problem then, because I will already know, okay, Monday is tofu noodles and vegetables or something like that. And then I'm going to remind myself after I have made all of the dish. So I've made the dish for me and Brad for lunch or something. I am going to bless it to nurture our bodies, our minds, our souls, and thank the earth for providing this beautiful, the beautiful meals that we get to make is all because of the earth and what it provides. So, and all the hard workers that are in the middle from, the canning, if you're doing canned vegetables, the freezing, the seed cultivation, if you buy seeds and you plant your own gardens, that sort of thing I think is very important. And I want to start doing that, because I feel if I make a spiritual connection with my food, it might help me eat healthier. I'm also going to try something with the days of the week. So you know how I did the episode on the days of the week? They each have planetary correspondences. They have even deity and lore connected to each of those days. I'm going to try to cook for the purpose of the day or the correspondences of the day. Does that make sense? And if I can't think of a main dish, I'll do a drink, or not. We don't do alcohol, but you know what I mean. Say I couldn't think of anything for Wednesday, for Mercury, for communication, so I'll have peppermint tea. Do you know what I mean? So I was thinking something like that. that if I could weave my witchy stuff into my meal planning, that it would make it easier for me to do it, because I got to make it more fun, because like I said, I freaking hate cooking. It's not fun for me. I'm not a domestic goddess. I suck at this kind of thing, and I want to do better. So this is how I'm trying. Because I am very much into aesthetics and I like pretty things, I got some edible, like, culinary glitter that I'm going to put into my water. I bought some fresh berries, because my raspberries and stuff aren't, my blackberries, all that stuff is still maturing here. It seems like my garden and everything is a little late this year, but whatever. So I can make myself pretty drinks. I can get my water in there, put a little bit of maybe lemon juice, and then a handful of fruit and my glitter. And to me, like, it made, like, that thought alone just makes my little heart so happy. So I'm going to try to make my water pretty. And I know that sounds super shallow and whatever, but I don't care. To me, that's what's going to work for me. So if I have pretty water, maybe I will drink it. So that's something I'm going to do. And then depending on the day, depending on how I feel, will be what I put in it, as far as, like, do I want a splash of lemon? Do I want a splash of peppermint? Maybe I need blackberries this time, or maybe I want to cut up some cherries. Kind of depends on how I'm feeling, and also if there's a purpose to it. So, like, on Thursdays, I could totally put, like, gold glitter, the edible stuff. Oh, gold, it's like mica, it's not really glitter. But anyway, you put it in there, put it in my drink, and then I could do, like, oranges and lemons, and make sure that it's very sunny and beautiful for Thursdays, because Thursdays is prosperity. So I'm going to try to make things like that work for me. And I know not everybody has the chance or the, what do I want to say? The opportunity to go buy edible glitter just to put in your drinks. I get that. I get that that's a privilege that I have. But that's how I'm going to do it. I'm going to use my crystals more. I'm going to try to motivate myself. And that, to me, that's wearing motivating stones. That's like carnelian and citrine. I have some yellow apatite. Anything that's going to light up my sacral and my solar plexus, I'm going to wear it. I have a really beautiful garnet locket that I will be wearing a lot more. I have some garnet jewelry, or like bracelets and rings that I'm going to wear. I'm just going to really start using, because I love crystals and I love using them. I just haven't done that in a while. So I'm going to start using my crystals more. I'm going to put in the kitchen, I'm going to put, actually all over, I'm going to put, because I have a shitload of it, rose quartz, like, everywhere, because I want to learn to love the image in the mirror, no matter what it looks like. I want to look in the mirror and say, okay, I don't look very healthy. I should probably change some things about my life. Or, damn, I look healthy and happy. No matter what no matter the shape of my body, the cellulite, the stretch marks, all of that stuff, I just want to look healthy. And I know right now I don't. Like, I don't know why it clicked this weekend, if I was just kind of bummed out about the entire, like, series of events that led up to our trip or what, but I did have a aha moment where I was like, I was so good in the pool. I was having so much fun. I didn't think about my body or how it looked to other people. I was like, this body is going to get me swimming in here, and I'm enjoying every minute of the water. But the one moment that I glanced at myself in the mirror in the shower room is when it just ruined that my entire happiness vibe at that moment. Was like, oh, fuck. So I want to get through that. And this is how I'm going to do it. And again, I do want to lose weight because I need to in order to be healthier, because that's how my body works. I have too much weight around my organs, and I can feel the difference from when I was healthy. So I want to do that for my joints. I have way more joint pain in the last 2 years than I have ever had. And I know I'm getting old, but I have also gained a bunch of weight. And I think that would be easier on my joints that they already have a little bit of arthritis in them from past injuries. So that is why I'm losing weight. I want you to make sure you understand that the number is not important to me. It's how my body feels moving around the world is what is most important to me. The one thing I can say is that my skin is outstanding condition compared to what it used to be. I'm 42 and I've been taking care of my skin pretty diligently for the last 3 or 4 years, and I am very excited that my skin doesn't feel too bad. So that's a positive. I am also going to start keeping stricter business hours. I tend to say I'm going to do readings from, this day to this day or this hour to this hour, and then I don't really follow it. Or I'll answer questions and things like that from my messenger or from my email late at night when I'm laying in bed, and I need to start really respecting my own boundaries. And that's one thing I'm going to do. So, if you send me a message past my business hours, and I'm not going to answer until in the morning unless it's some kind of really bad emergency. I get that. So that's one thing I'm going to do is start, and I know I've probably said it before that I'm going to do this, but I'm really going to do it because I realized how much less stress I had on our trip when I wasn't answering all the emails, all the messages every time they come in. So I'm not going to be quite as accessible, but most of you won't notice unless you tend to message me really late at night or something. So there's that. I am also pondering, and I want your opinion about it. I am pondering doing every other week episodes because these are my reasons. I think that if I did every other week episodes, I'd be able to spend more time in my groups focusing on you guys, focusing on interacting with you, doing fun things in the group if I had a little extra time, but I just don't. At the moment, I'm super spread thin because I have, my mundane life too. But I was thinking of that. I'm that would reduce stress for me. It would allow me 2 weeks to prepare any kind of episode that I wanted to do. So I would be able to do, I think they'd be more quality episodes. I would be able to focus on you guys a little bit more. And that's where I feel like I've been failing is I haven't been able to focus on you guys in the groups and really interact. And part of it is that I've just I didn't mean to, but I kind of took a step back from interacting and being on lives all the time because I just needed a little break, I guess. But I feel like if I didn't have to do episodes every week, I could handle that energetically. And so tell me what you think. You can, I'll ask it. I'll post it in the Coven first probably, and then I'll post it on Instagram. But I want to know what you think. Would you quit listening to me if I did it every other week? So there'd be 2 episodes a month instead of 4. So let me know. I don't want to lose listeners because this is my job. It's my livelihood. And also, I don't want to disappoint anybody. I have a really, really, a fear of disappointing people. And because literally you guys are the people I talk to the most in my entire life. Brad's away all day at work. Maddie does her own thing. Literally, I speak to you and interact with you more than anybody in my life. I think that's kind of cool. So I don't want to disappoint you. There's some other things going on in the background in my personal life, and I'll address those when I feel comfortable doing it, because I don't really know how I feel about some of this yet. So I'm fine. Everything's fine. Don't worry about me. I'm just going through, normal human things that we go through. And I promise I'll address it. I don't know how I feel about it yet, so I want to wait until I have my mind wrapped around it in order to be able to articulate what is going on accurately. Okay. I think that's it. If you are in the Coven, don't forget to sign up for Witchcrafting Zooms. So in the Coven, if you're a member, you can teach a class. You can do show and tell type stuff. If you're a crystal person, if you're an herb person, if you have a special skill you want to share with the group, you can sign up. That's on Sundays. So sign up at any point. Just to sign up, basically, you just text me, but I'll probably just put a post in, another post, so you can just comment, hey, I want to do it or whatever. So we like to learn from each other. I am not the end all be all in knowledge in witchcraft, or like I will never know all the things. No one will, right? And I think we can learn from each other, and that's beautiful. So don't forget, if you'd like to do that, sign up. We have card pulls on Thursdays. So in the Coven, you can pull cards live for the other members in the group, and this is a free thing. It's for practice and sharing your gift. It's kind of it's a fun thing that we do so that you don't have to feel pressured or stressed about doing a card pull if you're not experienced, because it's a learning group. That's what we do. Okay, I'll be back at Monday card pulls in the Witchy Woman Friends book group next week, and then we also will be doing prayer circle and card pull in the Coven starting Monday next week. I just took a couple Mondays off because I'm a little overwhelmed, or I was. I've got it planned. I've got my shit kind of leveled out to where I have a plan now, so that's better. Thank you if you've made it this far, if you've been listening to me babble this far. Thank you so much for listening to me try to work through what I was trying to express to you. So thank you so much for listening, and that's all I got. So until next time, stay witchy. Bye-bye.